Hello and welcome. I'm Tanya with yanxa.creations. If you're new, I'm so happy that you joined us today. So here at yanxa.creations, I do all things crafty. So recently I posted a video where I gave you my TEMU resin art haul. It's going to be right here in the cards, and I'll leave it at the end of this video for you to see what I got from TEMU. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be using a bunch of things that I did haul from TEMU. So sit back, relax, and join me for the ride. If you're new here and you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing for more videos. I am here every week being crafty. Okay guys, so what we're gonna be doing today, so I did actually go ahead and pour this letter. So I'm making this letter for my nephew, and this was just using some resin and some alcohol inks that I already had. But what I did purchase from TEMU that I'm going to be using to finish this off are these gears. So in the video, I did show you that I got a pack of gears, vintage gears, and my nephew likes that. So I'm going to be adding these, and then I'm just going to be topping it off. So I'm going to be adding these gears and his name, and then we're going to be topping it off with some resin. So the second thing that we're going to be doing, so I purchased this really nice mold from TEMU as well. So we have coffee cups, we've got wine tumblers, we've got a 20-ounce tumbler. So we've got all of these really cool tumbler keychains going on here. So I actually started this project before because I do have a deadline I'm working on with this, but here's what I've done. I have just poured a very small amount of resin to coat the base of these. Added some beige to brown stone chips into the bottom of some of these molds, and for me these are gonna represent like an iced tea or an iced coffee inside of the tumblers. I'd say an iced tea, and then I've added some flowers just above it to represent, okay, it's a tea and we're making tea from some flowers. And so also to this one, I've added some pieces of light pink crushed glass, and here I've added some light green crushed glass again with some flowers. And today, as I'm completing this one, I'm going to go ahead and top this off. Since it's now dry, I'm going to go ahead and top it off with some resin. And then once it's cured, I'm going to go ahead and add some text on top of this and go ahead and top it off with some more resin. I'm going to get started on a whole new set of keychains. And I'm excited about these because I also got this mold from TEMU. They are hummingbirds. And if you know anything about Jamaica, our national bird is the doctor bird, which is a hummingbird. So I've got 2 hummingbird templates here. And so what I'm going to be doing, I am going to actually use one of these brushes. So I do have these small fine-tipped brushes that I also got from TEMU. I'm going to be using this to add some chameleon powder. I did get these from Amazon. Some chameleon powder into the mold inside of the wings and for the feathers to give it some colors. And then I'm going to top it off with resin. So the colors that I'm going to be using for this, I'm going to be using a chameleon red, blue, purple, because our reggae colors is red, green, and gold. So I'm going to be using some chameleon gold green and some green gold to represent those that red, green, and gold. And then the colors for our Jamaican flag is black, green, and gold. So I'm going to be using the chameleon green and gold, and then I'm going to top this off with the resin with a touch of black translucent resin, okay, to give us those colors. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead, so these are already preset, so I'm gonna set them aside, and I'm going to go ahead and tackle the hummingbirds. So I'm going to put in the chameleon powder, and then I'm going to mix up my resin, and then we're going to complete all of these projects. So in order to do that, the resin I am going to be using is from Nasubi. It is a crystal clear resin. I got this from Amazon. So I know I'm throwing some Amazon things in there, but I had these already.
Darling, oh darling, stay a while and figure me out. I promise you won't regret it. No, you won't regret it. I got ways, I got lies, but I ain't trying to use them just to get where you go. Ooh, baby, more than a night, it could be amazing if on a daily basis we had a loving in a way that's better than okay. Yeah, just wait, you say each season bringing another.
I'm going to go ahead and flip these over and just tap them a bit, because I found that it's better to get rid of any loose powders. They will swirl up into the resin. Okay, I am back. I just looked up and realized that it stopped recording. So all I've done so far is just to pour into my A. All right, so this is basically done. We'll just set this over to the side and allow that to dry for 24 hours. Name is in, the gears are in. I just used my lighter to pop the bubbles just now. So we're going to move on to these. So we're not going to be pouring too much into this. We're just trying to cover over the stones so that I'm able to put my text on top of it.
Amazing if on a daily basis we had a loving in a way that's better than okay. Yeah, just wait, you say each season bringing another reason we ain't leaving, just you and me. If you stay, darling, oh darling, stay a while and figure me out. I promise you won't regret it. No, you won't regret it. All me over you.
So I'm just going to pour some off into this. I forgot that I wanted to top this one off with the black. I had planned to do it for this one, but I kind of forgot. So I'm definitely going to do it for the green. I'm just adding a little bit of black into it.
Just to get where you go. Ooh, baby, more than a night. It could be amazing if on a daily basis we had a loving in a way that's better than okay. Yeah, just wait, you say each season bringing another reason we ain't leaving, just you.
Okay, everybody, I'm back. It is the next day. I'm going to go ahead and put the text onto my keychains. So originally I had said I was going to do it using vinyl. However, what I wanted to say, the text was just much too small to use vinyl. So ideally, the thing that I needed to use was some transparent labels. I did not have any. So I decided to go ahead and use some clear water slides. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I got these clear water slides onto the keychains that are still in the mold. Okay, so here are my keychains still in the mold, and this looks fantastic. So I did use some transparent or clear water slides to get my text in there. I really love this font, and it says catch up your stomach. So in Jamaica, that just means get a nice cup of tea and fill up that stomach, okay? So you grab a cup of tea before you head out in the morning. So that's what these keychains are saying. So I did go ahead and print these onto the clear water slide, and then I just used some clear sealant and I sealed this 3 times. And then it's just pretty simple to do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this one right here with you. All right, it's all cut out. So I'm just going to get my little beaker, my cup with some water. I'm just going to take a really small amount. You just want a little drop. You don't want to have a lot of water here to clean up, just a little drop. And then I'm just going to take my water slide and drop it in there. Get it out. And then we're just going to push it over. Let's push that off just a little bit. There we go, just a little bit. Set it on top of, just set it down right there on top and just pull the backing out. And then we're just going to use a small piece of paper towel, and we are going to just push that water out from underneath the water slide. Well, we don't want any water to be there, so we just added a little bit of water to it to get that water slide to go down without folding too much, and also to be able to move it around it so that we get it right into the spot that we want it. And then we're just going to, you can use a squeegee. The squeegee is a little bit too big for most of these, but you can use it to actually push out all the water from underneath, because we are going to put our resin on top and we do not want to have any water at all. So once you've pushed out all the water, our water slide is now in place. You can't move it around anymore without damaging it. Let's go back to some of the other projects that we started using the TEMU items. So we did complete this keychain yesterday. So we have our gears inside of it along with the name. This is for my nephew. So I'm just gonna go and pull that out. And then of course we had the hummingbirds. So let me go and take that out. So I do have these letters right here that I made with the resin that was left over. So this was for a different project. This was just not to waste the resin. So let's put that to the side. So let's go ahead and demold our hummingbirds. So these molds I did get from TEMU. Pull that out. And here is our hummingbird. So it's green and gold, and we have the black right here. So I did not make up enough black, and I poured some clear in there. And so as you can see, it pushed some of that black out the way. So I'll know better next time not to do that. But if you take a look at it on this side, it is just gorgeous. Awesome. So this one I did with the reggae colors, and I did not use the black. And I regret that. I really love how this one looks with the black, and I think I would make the black a little bit thicker to give so that the green and the gold can stand out some more. And this one I will definitely do it again with the black. So let's pull it out and see what that looks like. Awesome. Look at that. That is gorgeous. So I think if it had the black behind it, these colors would stand out even more. So this is really great. I love this resin. It's the first time I was using this resin. This resin is from Nasubi. I actually like it. It's nice and hard. Okay, and it was very easy to mix, very easy to pour. So let's set that aside. And before we get to pouring our resin here, we are going to use two more tools, or at least one more tool that I picked up from TEMU to finish this off. So don't go anywhere. All right, so these are the other tools that we got from TEMU. We got a sander and we got a drill. So the sander, it works. It's very nice, and when you add the polishing tools, it works really great. The thing that I did not like about it is that it is short. The cord is actually pretty short. My plugs are all the way over there and on the ground, so I'm not going to be able to plug this in and demonstrate it for you. I would need to get an extension. Perhaps in another video I'll show you this one, but it does work really great. The drill has a pretty long cord. It's plugged in already. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use this. So these two do not need to be drilled. It actually, the mold gives you the space for your keychains. So we're going to just set those aside. And the A, I'm just going to use the drill to give us our hole. Okay, so this is what I was using before. And it does work, but it takes a bit of effort to actually use this. And I found that this was so much easier. So TEMU does sell these items. You can purchase it as a bundle. I did not purchase these from TEMU, but they do have them there if you're interested. Okay, I just got these at the local hardware store. Okay, it's spinning. Really easy to use. You just find where you want it to go. And boom, you are all done. So let's go ahead. This keychain is all ready to go. Okay, so let's finish these guys up. So we don't need any of these. This up. So there we have it. This one completes. A little bit of a change in plans. So I was planning to mix up some resin and go over the top with these, but I kind of wanted to complete these, so I decided to go over one of them with some UV resin, and this is how it turned out. Awesome, right? So here's my keychain. Turned out really great, and I just have a pretty shallow area to fill, so I decided to complete all of them with the UV resin.
But I ain't trying to use them just to get where you go. Ooh, baby, more than a night, it could be amazing if on a daily basis we had a loving in a way that's better than.
All right, so that's it. Looks good. So I am going to repeat this process for all the others and be right back to take them out. I have top coated the last one, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop it out of the mold. So it was great doing the top coat with the UV resin. It was super fast. I did not have to wait hours to get it done. And also it's been very, very rainy here. And so I didn't want to run the risk of mixing any resin. It was super wet. The environment was really wet and I wasn't sure what was going to happen. So let's go ahead and take a close look at all of these. So here are my keychains. They're so cute. So I have a bit of a burr on the side here. So let's use another tool that I grabbed from TEMU. I did pick up these cuticle removers. So let's go ahead and just use that to take off any of these sharp edges that I have right here. Can you see that? So we're just gonna use it to just get that, to trim that off. Just like so, and it's gone. So these are really useful. Okay, so I have already, so let me give you the close-up. I love this one. So this one has the pink glass chips inside of it, and this has the gravel chips, the brown gravel chips. Here's another one. And I've added the keychain to this one. And this one had the green glass chips in there with the green flowers. And here's another one. Okay guys, so here are all the things that I made using my molds from TEMU. So I showed you this before. This is my hummingbird keychain. And this is the red, green, and gold without the black backing. I actually like the black, and I'm going to make the black a little thicker next time. So that was using these hummingbird molds from TEMU. I did use this drill tool that I picked up from TEMU. It worked really, really great. And of course, I made the keychains using this mold from TEMU. I had my wipes along with me. I was able to deburr everything using this tool. First, I completed this letter keychain with these embellishments that I got from TEMU, their gears. So guys, that's everything that I did using things I got from TEMU. I have a whole lot of other molds and other tools that I'm going to be using as we go along, and I'll be sure to record that so you can see how everything worked out. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, and if you have not as yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so when I upload again, you will be notified. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.